If you like cheese, today's recipe is for you. These are delicious cheesy breadsticks that you can make with semolina. It's a no-bake recipe, without eggs, without yeast, really easy. Let's get started. We will start by adding 1 cup of semolina or sooji to a big bowl. You can either use the fine or the coarse version, it doesn't matter. Just make sure that the semolina is not pre-roasted because it doesn't stick together that well. Next, we will add salt to taste. I'm adding about half a teaspoon of salt. Add pepper to taste. This is about a 1/4 teaspoon of pepper. I'm adding a 1/4 teaspoon of garlic powder and some dried oregano that adds a wonderful flavor. Now let's mix all of that together. And you know what? You can totally add some red chili flakes if you like. I'm making this for my kids, so I haven't added it. Next, add 2 teaspoons of white vinegar, and you can also use lime juice instead. And next we will combine everything together with half a cup of water. The consistency of the dough that we are going for is kind of a lumpy and semi-wet dough. And to that we are going to add a 1/4 teaspoon of Eno or baking soda. Mix that together and we are ready to put that on a pan that we will grease with some oil, or melted butter is even better. Don't turn on the heat as yet. Spread the oil or butter to cover the pan, and next we're going to add the dough on it. Because this dough is not super wet, the semolina is going to form this nice crisp base. It's going to turn out so good, guys. But what we want to do before that is just spread the dough and shape it like a square or a rectangle of about like a little more than half a centimeter thickness. Make sure that the surface is nice and plain as much as you can, so when you turn it over, it bakes, well, it roasts evenly. And now we are going to place the lid on and turn the heat on to a medium, a little less than medium. We will cover this for at least 1 minute so that the semolina steams up and cooks up. And now we will let the bottom of the bread crisp up. In the meantime, just apply some oil or melted butter to the top side and grease it well. It's been 5 to 6 minutes and I am going to carefully flip that over and make sure no disaster happens there. It really helps to use 2 spatulas to flip it over so it doesn't break. This already feels nice and crisp, but I did not cook it till it was completely golden brown because it's going to crisp up further when we are doing the toppings on the other side. So just cook it like 70% or so. And now I flipped it over and that looks nice and crisp as well. And now it's time to top it with cheese. So turn the heat down to as low as possible and add a tablespoon of mayonnaise, or if you have cream cheese, that's going to be even better, guys. Next, I'm going to top it with our very own Amul cheese slice because that flavor is hard to beat, right? And that's going to be followed with lots and lots of mozzarella cheese because we love it stretchy, don't we? Guys, and while all this is happening, make sure to take a peek on the bottom of the bread and make sure that that doesn't burn. Alright, that looks like a lot of cheese. Now stop. I'm going to clean the pan and snack on that while we are going to put the lid on and let that cheese melt. It's going to melt with the residual heat that is left over in the pan. You don't have to turn the heat on. And then it looks like this absolutely beautiful bread. Look at that bottom, that it's crisped up perfectly, and let's cut it. So last Sunday I made this for my kids and we had a picnic with this and some potato chips and some strawberries, and they went nuts. They loved this so much, and I hope you love it too. You can find me on all these different social media sites, so do say hello. And for written recipes, you can always visit my blog. All the links are in the description. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, you should, because you're missing out on exciting recipes and it's all free. Don't forget to press that notification bell so the next recipe comes straight to you. Alright then, see you next week. Bye-bye.